Guys, the Chickens here, bringing you another Boom Beach video. In today's video, guys, we're going to be preparing for the beastly mega crab that is coming this Friday. And if you haven't been up to date on our stories or Rush Wars videos lately, we have a whole new studio. It's all set up. And yeah, so the sound's a little bit better. The echo's not as bad. And yeah, so guys, we're going to be talking about some strategies for the beastly crab, which is the hardest mega crab in the history of Boom Beach. It's coming again this Friday. So let's go ahead and dive on into it. Alright, so the beastly mega crab. The beastly mega crab. Now, this is the hardest crab because the beastly mega crab is just, in the name itself, it's a beast. There's no special abilities, which, you know, going back to the olden days of the crab, at the time I'm recording this, we have 2 days and 3 hours before the crab is live. So, we'll do all heavies. There's a hair on my screen. We'll do all heavies against Dr. Terrence, I guess. So it's kind of cool. It's almost like they should call it the throwback crab because it's not like it's not like an extra hard crab. It's just how the crab used to be. We didn't used to have all these special abilities. We didn't even used to have heroes for the most part. If you guys really remember, back in the day, like there wasn't like the mega crab, like there wasn't endless reserves. There wasn't a whole bunch of stuff that we have now that makes the crab like exponentially easier. It's a whole different ball game now with endless reserves, heroes, and having special gunboat abilities. So that being said, it's still the hardest crab that we have in this kind of 12-month crab cycle that they've put together. So some tips and tricks on doing well for this crab. First, the pay to win. You're gonna want to have a lot. You're gonna want to have endless reserves. And you're going to want to have power powder at your disposal. Obviously, that's not something you can just get quickly, but it's something that, you know, it's going to get you very far. That's going to help you the most out of anything. Out of anything you do, if you have endless reserves and you have a good supply of power powder, that's going to come before skill. That's going to come before whatever. So if you have those two things and you can get them or whatever, then do that if you're really competitive on the crab. But obviously, everyone already knows that anyway. So. But those are just the two biggest difference makers. So the next is going to come down to troops. Now, troops are going to vary a little bit depending on your statues. So let's talk about statues first. Typically, what we've been seeing on during these crab cycles is something close to Chicken's lineup, where it's a lot of red statues and then the remaining is just gunboat statues. So it's a lot of health, it's a lot of damage. And it's a lot of gunboat. It's not like operations where it's only damage and gunboat and almost sometimes no troop health whatsoever. Well, I mean, a lot of the times for operations you're not going to use any troop health. But for Mega Crab, it's a mix of both, and you can kind of you can go away from the gunboat a bit and use more damage and health because armored units typically do very well on the Mega Crab. So the safest bet is to always have bullet and tanks loaded. We call it banks. So bullet with energy drink or sometimes the shock knuckles is always a great it's always a great option. You're never gonna be going up against a base and it's like, oh geez, I really wish I didn't bring fully boosted tanks for this. Like, it's just sometimes there's easier Zuka paths, sometimes there's rifle Zuka medic comes into play, and we definitely see our guy OP Destroy doing some crazy things with Cryoneer, Rifle Zuka Medic, and Everspark or whatever, and things like that. So there's a time and place for those things, but for the you know, for the Mega Crab for Dummies guide, you're gonna want to use all tanks, maybe some Scorchers if there's a Scorcher boost, but there isn't for this one. So what is probably going to be best out of the gate is going to be Warriors for the first 15 stages. Then I would say stages once you get stage 15 to 25, that's probably around there is where you're going to want to switch to using some form of either all tanks or Scorchers and tanks, different you know, different armor combinations like that. That's really going to be your best bet there. So using tanks is going to be good. And we'll take a look at the tribes here in a sec. So the tribes that we have for this crab are awful. They're some of the like, this is going to be the hardest crab that we've seen in a while. Hold on a sec, guys. Big gross spider on the wall. He's squished now. You gotta love that plaster and lath. That stuff does not even budge. Crab stuff. So you're gonna want to have a lot of power powder and some gold and extra things like that just at your disposal. So sorry, we're gonna take a look at the tribes. I got a little bit distracted there by that stupid spider on the wall. There's a little bit of a hole there, but you can't really see it unless you're looking at it. So that's fine. Yeah, so these tribes, guys, these are probably some of the worst tribes, and it's probably the worst crab. It's going to be a grind, man. It's going to be a grind. So I also am going to be streaming this on all of my new streaming things, on Twitch, on Mixer, on all that weird stuff. I'm probably going to give up the Mixer and just stick with YouTube and Twitch, but definitely tune in to follow around on those, and we will be posting some. So the thing that I'm most excited about for this grab, honestly, is just that I have good internet, and I'm going to be streaming the launch like at 2 in the morning, like the good old chicken days, where we used to do this for every mega crab. Life's been a little bit crazy for me the past, I don't know, the past year pretty well it feels like, but things are finally coming together, so I'm gonna be able to do that. I'm also off on Friday, which is the only reason I'm doing it. I don't know why I made it sound like this big, huge thing. It's just because I get to sleep in. That's the only reason that I'm getting up like we used to. But either way, it's gonna be a lot of fun, and I'm gonna be streaming. I'm gonna try to do the whole thing just in one go if I can, if we don't die or anything like that. So yeah, definitely subscribe. Stay tuned to the channel, guys, if you want to see more Mega Crab things and everything like that. And you know, other than that. The crab is unlocked at HQ level 7, so if you don't have that, if you don't have the HQ upgraded just yet, then make sure that you have that, guys, because you don't want to miss out on the crab, especially for low levels. It's a great way to get free resources and loot if you are new to the game for whatever reason. It's always a good thing for newer players and low levels and things like that. It's just a fun intro to Boom Beach. So, other than that, guys, there's not really a whole lot of tips we can give until we get our hands on it. But yeah, we'll go over the tribes like I said we were going to do, which we still haven't. 1, 2. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. The heavies aren't doing what they're supposed to, guys. And we'll go like this. And we'll heal them up like that. I don't think it's gonna matter at all. But yeah, so like I said, the tribes are pretty bad. I would make sure to upgrade upgrade some of them that are worth upgrading. But for the most part, none of them really are. So yeah, this is not gonna fly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and retreat because they'll probably run away faster than they will die. Dr. Terrence. Let's use warriors. Just to see if we can still do it. See if we still got it. Warriors on stage 7. Yeah, so the tribes are horrible. Medic healing. We'll boost that, I guess. Whoa. Game spaz note on. So we'll boost up medic healing. Medkit energy cost, boost that one. Flare duration. Some people say, I know Snuggles was saying flare duration sucks. I think it's actually pretty good for tanks. I would use it just for that. I don't know if I would use it for anything else. You know, it's good for like long Zuka walks, obviously, and things like that. But you know, for the most part, it's it's never bad. It's never that bad to have too much flare, unless you know you're reflaring heavies and Zukas and you wanted them to do it quickly, or things like that. But yeah, so I think that one's worth. Doing. And yeah, so let's go ahead and see if we can take down stage 7 of Dr. Terrence, guys. I remember when I used to spend like $50 trying to take down stage 7 Dr. T, doing it for videos, because it was just so frustrating that I couldn't take him down. It seems so crazy now, right? Okay, let's flare up this way. And we'll get a good spacing going here. 1, 2. And just like this. Whoa, we gotta catch some of those warriors. Some of those was warriors. So we got to take down the shock launchers first. And we'll go ice shield next. Come on, warriors, you big dummies. Wow, we're not gonna take it down. Huh. Interesting. And by interesting, I mean this game is stupid. So, guys, that is going to wrap up the video today. Make sure to check in this Friday for the launch of the Mega Crab. That is going to be Friday, 2 a.m. Eastern Time. We are going to be kicking things off, so make sure you don't miss it. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like on the video if you found it interesting, entertaining, or informative. And we'll see you next one. Guys, chicken is out. Back.